There were a lot of series growing up that I never really got the chance to play because I was either too young or too distracted with Kingdom Hearts. One of those was TimeSplitter, which really I love the concept for. It's a first-person shooter where you travel through time both in the past and the future, and took on some gameplay elements from other classic games around that time like Perfect Dark. Now, it's been a long time since those games have released, and while we can go back with emulation, there is a more tempting option that we can use, thanks to a brand new fan project that captures the spirit of the original 3 games and brings it into one of the best community projects I've ever seen. TimeSplitters Rewind is basically a remake of the TimeSplitters games, bringing them all under one roof with a ton of content. We have maps from across all 3 games, online and offline story mode challenges, online and offline story modes, challenges, over 90 characters and over 40 weapons, 20 arcade game modes, and even a brand new game mode for online play. And the best part is, all of it is free. And with it being in early access, even more content will most likely be available in the future. Now, with this being an early release, there will be some bugs to iron out, and you're probably going to find a good chunk of them when you're playing. But it's pretty amazing to finally be able to try it out for ourselves, and really the package is incredible, especially for a free project. And for us Steam Deck users, it's actually playable and very enjoyable so far. It does require a little bit of tweaking, and we do have to manually install it, but the pros heavily outweigh the cons, and I'm all for it. So in this video, I want to go over how to get TimeSplitters Rewind installed on your Steam Deck, the changes you might need to make to get it running, and show off some gameplay of what you could expect if you're playing on the Steam Deck. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified as soon as our next video goes live. Due to how we record gameplay, the experience may be slightly better than what you're going to be seeing in this video. So let's start off by installing TimeSplitters Rewind. It's pretty easy and straightforward. All you have to do is head to desktop mode, download the files from their website, and then extract it to your desktop. Once that's done, go into that folder and add the exe to Steam. And then, once that's all done, you're going to go to Steam, go to the properties on Steam for that game, and force compatibility to Proton. I use the newest Proton GE, which at the time of making this is 10-25, and that's where the bulk of all my testing is. However, it should also be compatible with other Proton layers, so if you use Proton Experimental or Proton 10, you should be okay. Now let's get to performance. It runs pretty well on the Steam Deck, but it definitely needs some changes for optimal play. Just leaving it at the default puts it at the highest quality settings, and while it is playable at these settings, it does bring it down to, around 30 frames per second depending on where you're looking. So if you want to play this way, which is totally okay, you can set to a 30 frames per second lock and you should be good to go. However, there is some changes that we can make which don't really affect the visuals as much as I expected, but increases the frame rate. Since I tend to prefer higher frame rates for games like this, I set the resolution scale to 90 and put the shadows to low, which got me around 45 frames per second on average, and a lot of times, depending on where I was looking, I would get up to 60. Now, putting the shadows to low did really help performance and doesn't really change too much of the scenery, so I was still very happy with what I was getting. I also highly recommend increasing the gamepad sensitivity. It was horrible for me by default, but I felt much better once I increased it. It defaulted to me at 0.7, but after doubling it to 1.5, it felt significantly better. Now, you might want a little bit more or a little bit less, and you might find it a little bit awkward at times because this is based off of the old games, which are based off of more archaic first-person shooters that can feel a little bit awkward compared to the newest first-person shooters, but it's still fantastic and feels great to play. So, after all is said and done, it runs really well on the Steam Deck. I really love it. I'm having a blast playing it. It's actually kind of amazing to see how well it's running and to be able to play it like this. Now, here's some straight gameplay so you can see what kind of experience you'll be getting more than just these edited cuts. But for the most part, it's going to be pretty rock solid. For the video, I'm going to keep the frame rate unlocked so you can see the fluctuations, and you'll be able to see where you can set the frame rate lock if you're going to want a more stable experience. Again, I do recommend 45, but you're going to see that there is a lot of times where it does go above, so you could try setting it to 50 or even 60 and just dealing with some of the drops here and there.
Surgery. Killing spree. Wasted. Three kills to go. Three kills to go. 2 kills to go. 1 kill to go. 2 kills to go. Ooh. Killing spree. Headshot. Lobotomy. Three kills to go. Two kills to go. One kill to go.
And that's really it. I mean, this is incredible for a fan project, and I can't believe that they're making something so ambitious and so huge all for free. Now, as I mentioned, if you want to get this for yourself, go ahead and head over to the TimeSplitters Rewind website, download it from there, and follow our little guide in the beginning of this video to install it and play for yourself. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified as soon as our next video goes live. And a huge thank you to our patrons. You guys are awesome. See you next time.